morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style and now natural hair care. So if you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So today we are going to talk about some spring essentials, some spring closet staples. I want you to keep in mind that whenever you are looking at my videos or whenever I'm talking about fashion, I will never give you like a capsule wardrobe. I have way more than 3 pairs of shoes, 3 skirts, 3 dresses, three pairs of earrings, 3 purses. I will never give you like a capsule wardrobe. Whenever I'm giving you like winter essentials, spring essentials, they're always going to be foundational pieces. And for a lot of you, you probably already have these in your closet. And then the way for you to kind of keep up with trends, if you want to, could be by applique. Let's say lace, or let's say some type of trim, or let's say color. So I did break them down into categories, so let's go ahead and get started. I will go through all of the spring essentials with you, and then the pieces that I show you towards the end, we will do some outfits with them. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first, let's talk about outerwear. And the very first piece that I want to bring to your attention for like a chic spring essential is going to be none other than a trench coat. And also, when I'm bringing this to you guys, this does not have to be luxury. This does not have to be ridiculously priced, okay? This is a trench coat that I have had from Club Monaco, so I think it was around $350. That I have had from Club Monaco since, I want to say, 2017. I bought it in Texas when I was on an assignment. And I have been wearing this every spring and every summer, okay? And this is also water repellent, okay? They treated it. But it's just going to be not your run-of-the-mill or not your average, but it's just going to be a classic trench coat. I am on the hunt for more, so this is a neutral, this is kind of like an olive color, but I actually am looking at one of the just classic Burberry tan trench coats, okay? This one I would probably say comes to my knee, and it is long sleeve. It is lined, and then you do have this right here, and then you do have the belt right here, okay? But this is just your quintessential classic trench coat. Burberry has beautiful ones, Banana Republic has beautiful ones, J. Crew has beautiful ones, Club Monaco has beautiful ones, Kate Spade. You can even probably find some on Zara, H&M, and even Amazon, okay? And the reason for the trench coat, not just because it's classic, but it's also very practical. I will give you a prime example. 3 weeks ago, it was, I would say, for the entire week, didn't get over 55, but it was sunny outside. I would probably say last week, it did nothing but rain last week. In the morning, it was like 32, 29, and then like during the day, it got to maybe like 60. This week, as I'm speaking right now, this video is going up on Sunday, but today at Wednesday or Thursday, today's Thursday, it's 77 degrees outside, and then probably tomorrow morning, which will be Friday, it'll probably be a little rainy, 45, and then the high is going to be 80. Depending on where you live, spring weather can be very tumultuous and it can be very iffy. That's why I'm saying with the trench coat, you can also layer. When we're talking about spring essentials with that iffy weather, layering is going to be your friend, okay? That's why when we are talking about another piece of outerwear, instead of having a trench coat, which might be a little lighter, you're going to need something not as heavy as like your traditional outerwear coat. This is going to be a lighter coat. It is still wool and it is still lined, but the material is not as heavy. You will be able to wear this in 55, 60, 65 degree weather with the sun shining, and you will be very comfortable. A lot of people will refer to this as either a light coat or a car coat because it is very light. It's still going to keep you warm, but it will still give you breathability when you start getting into your 60 and your 65s with the sun shining, okay? This is Rachel Roy by way of Macy's, and I have had this, I want to say, wow, since college. This was actually a present from my mother. But this is just a very typical car coat. It's a beautiful color, and it will keep you warm, but at the same time, you'll be comfortable. Okay, so let's get into tops. I do have 3 essential tops, and the first one is going to be turtlenecks. I don't care what anybody says, turtlenecks are sexy, okay? But not necessarily like your theatrical turtlenecks. This one is from Target, and it is going to be, I guess, what some people would refer to as either thin thinsulate or your tissue tees or your tissue turtlenecks. This color I love, and it goes beautifully with my J. Crew pencil skirt, also in the same cognac color. But it's just like either like kind of like a jersey knit, or it's going to be more so like a thinner material than your run-of-the-mill or your typical very thick, very heavy turtleneck, okay? And as I said, layering. Layer is going to be your friend. You should be able to stay warm or also be able to breathe with this on and then with the trench coat, okay? But yes, it's just gonna be a turtleneck. And you can pick whatever color you want. It's just that when I was in Target, I would probably say this is about 2 years old now. This color caught my eye and I wanna say it was 20 bucks, okay? So just kind of like your lightweight turtleneck. Next is going to, and I will give you 2 examples for this one so I can tell you what I'm meaning when I'm talking about like trends and classic, okay? So next is going to be just your typical, your average button down. So when we start talking about trend and when we start talking about classic, right? Both of these are from J. Crew. So this one is going to be a white button down, and of course it is cotton, so that's what makes it classic. What makes it trendy or what makes it on trend or kind of what makes it a statement is the sleeve. Y'all know that I am obsessed with puff sleeves. They have kind of not gone away, but if you're kind of looking at the forecast for fashion, they're not necessarily talking about puff sleeves. But for me, this is a classic, okay? So if you were to just take out the puff sleeve and just make sure, or just kind of streamline, or just kind of make the sleeve straight, it would just be your classic chic button down. This you can wear over something. Again, think of layering. You can push the sleeves up, or you can actually just kind of like button it halfway and then kind of like tie it in the front, okay? So because of the sleeves, this is going to be more so of a statement or a trendy. But because it is cotton, that's what makes it classic. Now, you have this one, which is more so kind of like an off-white, but this is of your more silky material and the material is light. Again, thinking about layering, you should be perfectly fine and perfectly warm with this on, and then you can throw on that car coat or you can throw on that trench coat, okay? This one is going to be even more classic because of the color, because of the fit, and because of the style, okay? And you can do the exact same thing with this one as well. You can pull up the sleeves, you can button it halfway and kind of tie it, or you can tuck it into a pair of jeans, trousers, chinos, or to a pencil skirt, okay? And then lastly in this category, we are going to talk about, if you are a J. Crew fan or if you are familiar with J. Crew, they call their crew necks teepee sweaters, so I'm probably going to use them interchangeably. But you need some type of lightweight pull-on a sweater. And just to give you an idea of my obsession with J. Crew and just how many I have, I will give you all renditions, I will give you all colors. And this one still has a tag on it. So this is their teepee sweater. This is the short sleeve. I bought it because of the color, and because of the weight of it, and because of the material. So they do their teepee sweaters every single year in different colors, different textures, different patterns, and different designs. They also do them in different lengths, but they also do them in different materials. So when you go on their website, make sure you are paying attention to the material because they make teepee sweaters for warmer months and for cooler months. So we have short sleeve with a bold, beautiful, bright color. Then we have this one, which is going to be more so of your quarter inch sleeve or 3/4 sleeves. And this one has a print. I absolutely love this print. I think they did this animal print so well. And then you have a little bit of a heavier one. So this is going to be definitely for your earlier spring months or right when spring hits. It's going to be the exact same sweater. It is long sleeves. And it has, I guess you could say, a couple of holes or some detailing in it, okay? So I showed you short sleeve, I showed you long sleeve, and then I showed you quarter inch sleeve. I showed you a solid, I showed you something with kind of like perforations in it, and then I showed you a print. Again, thinking about layering, all of those can be comfortably worn under that car coat and that trench coat. Okay, so let's talk about bottoms. Now, you guys know that I do not wear pants, so I'm going to be very quick about these two because they can be interchangeable with a pencil skirt. So just get a classic pair of chinos. You can do light wash, dark wash, you can do cognac, you can do beige, you can do tan. Make sure you get a fit or a style of pant that works for your body type. And then the next one, of course, is going to be a pair of jeans. I would say to you, if you want to start your jean collection, if you're not sure where to go, I would say to you, depending on what your aesthetic is, are you more casual? I would say go with light wash. If you are more of a dressy person or like to dress up or like to put a little bit or like to look a little bit more put together, I would say go with dark wash. Dark wash has a tendency to read a little bit more classic, a little bit more elevated, okay? With all of the tops that I just showed you and with the car coat and the trench coat, Both chinos and jeans will both look seamless with that. You will always look chic and put together. But of course, you guys know where my roundhouse is. You guys know what my expertise is, and that is going to be just your classic pencil skirt. You guys know that I am obsessed with the pencil skirts when they come from J. Crew because of the colors. They are either very bold and they also very rich. I love this cognac color. It is just your classic pencil skirt. It is midi length, or it does come to your knee. And then you guys know that I also have it in a beautiful lavender color. I will say this, J. Crew does do their pencil skirts in serge wool, which is what this one is. So of course, starting in the spring, you'll be able to wear it. Of course, you'll be able to wear it in the winter. But once you start coming out of that iffy spring weather, you're going to want to switch over to their bi-stretch cotton. And as I said before, we're keeping these essentials very classic, but how you will stay on trend is the color that they decide to do them in, okay? Okay, so let's talk dresses, my favorite thing to wear and to talk about. So the first dress, if you know anything about me, is going to be a beautiful color or just a lightweight sweater dress. You guys have seen this before. I have it in 2 other colors, and I absolutely love this. It goes very beautifully with my J. Crew coat that is the exact same color and these gorgeous earrings right here. But I love this sweater dress right here. This is not going to be a sweater dress that you would be able to wear. I mean, you could in very, very cold weather, but your outerwear or your coat would have to be very heavy. This is thin enough to, again, we're thinking about layering, where you can put this on under the car coat, and you can most certainly put this on under the trench coat, and you will still be able to breathe, but at the same time be warm and be chic, okay? This one is midi. You can do a maxi one. Maxi dresses, maxi skirts are all the rage right now, or you can do one that comes a little bit above the knee, and then you probably be able to put on some boots with that, okay? So yes, just a beautifully colored, or I guess you could say, an essential color, or oh gosh, the word is losing me, or a neutral color, a sweater dress. Next is going to be a shirt dress, and I do have 2 examples for you. So the first one is going to be from a company by the name of Mage, and I chose this one because of the color and the elements. So first, I chose this because the color is classic. You have a white button-down dress. Will always be classic, will always be chic. I chose it because I love the applique, and then also for me, what I feel as though fits my body type the best is going to be a fit and flare. The design of, or the style of the actual shirt dress is going to be more so what you're comfortable with, what you feel like looks good on your body, and then of course depending on if you're looking for classic or if you're looking for trendy. I feel as though that this is actually quite classic because of the applique and because it is fit and flare. Okay? And I want to give you a second example, because shirt dresses don't always have to be classic or plain. They can be very trendy and they can have a lot going on, which makes them beautiful just all together. So I picked this one up from Age. I love it because of the color. Y'all know my obsession with puff sleeves, but it has so many beautiful details, including this gold button right here. It does have a tie for the waist, and then it does have a tier going on. So I can cinch this in so it can become my favorite silhouette, which is the fit and flare. But this is also a shirt dress, or to be considered shirt dress material. So you have this one, which is more so trendy, and then you have the white one that is more so a classic. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys have a white classic button-down shirt or dress in your closet. Okay, now let's move on to shoes. The first pair, which I do not have and I'm still looking for, I'm trying to get, I guess you could say, into kind of, I guess you could say, more of like a casual type of dress. Still cute, still classic, still chic, because I do need to start, I guess you could say, dressing or finding actual active wear for Aiden's games. He's getting ready to be in the 11th grade. He is starting, and he's going to be a lot more busy than he was last year. But anyway, the first piece of clothing, or the first shoes I want to bring to your attention, is just sneakers. A classic, simple white pair of sneakers. I do not have any. I'm still on the hunt, but those will actually take you all the way from spring to summer and back around again to fall and winter, okay? The next pair is just going to be your classic or a black pair of shoes or pumps, classic pumps. These are from Christian Louboutin. They do not have to be this high, especially when it comes to shoes. Whenever I'm giving you guys tips, or whenever I'm giving you guys suggestions, it does not have to be verbatim. I want to say that these are at least 3 or 3.5. Your shoe does not have to be this high. I'm just a high heel girl. I love high heels. Again, nor do they have to be designer, okay? It just has to be a classic pair of black pumps, okay? These typically go with everything, all right? Next is going to be a nude pair. And let me go ahead and say this because I said it before. I'm not talking about tan or beige. I'm talking about my nude. So it's going to be these right here. These are, I believe, these are the Arizas. They came from the Nude collection from Christian Louboutin. So these are what I'm talking about. When I talk about nude on my channel, I'm talking about my nude. I do have tan and I do have beige shoes, but I would actually go for a pair like your nude. And I will actually link down below some companies that do this all the time. This was a collection for Christian Louboutin. I don't know if this is something that he has continued, but there are companies out there that do specialize in nude shoes for all races, all shades, all colors, okay? I will link some of those down below. But when I'm talking about nude, I'm talking about my nude. And I would actually go as far as to say if you are building your wardrobe or even if you're doing a capsule, go with your nude first before you go with that average or that run-of-the-mill tan or beige, okay? But these, again, will serve you spring, summer, winter, and fall. And then lastly, you need some type of flat. And I'm going to show these to you. I actually have a sweater that matches these. These are the most adorable, cute, chic ballet flats from J. Crew, and they look like this. And I picked these. I do have a classic pair of black ballet flats from J. Crew, but I picked these because I just wanted to, you know, spruce the outfits up that we're going to make up a little bit. You do have the beautiful steak skin, you do have this satin piece right here, and then you do have this cute little bow right here. So you can either have a ballet flat, and it can be round toe as well. I myself prefer pointed. You can do a classic black flat, or you can pick one that has a little bit of a statement to kind of zhuzh up your outfit. Okay, so let's get into the last part, accessories, jewelry, and bags. And both of these can kind of be subjective or relative. So first, let's talk about bags. And one of the things that I am actually looking for myself, y'all know that I'm a top handle girl, but here recently I have been liking the way, or I've been liking the aesthetic that a shoulder bag gives you. Not necessarily a crossbody, but I will say a shoulder bag. So that's going to be the first thing. What I would suggest to you if you don't have one is to go with a neutral color. Go with your favorite color or go with black. That way you will make sure that you reach for it, okay? So the first one, is going to be a shoulder bag. That way when it might be a little chilly or it might be a little rainy and you want to keep your hands in your trench coat or in your car coat, you'll be able to do that and your bag will be secure, okay? The next one is just going to be a classic black bag. For me, that is going to be a top handle, and it is going to be my Brandon Blackwood. This is the regular size, and then he also has a mini. Just like whatever type of bag you have or whatever your favorite type of bag is, just make sure that you get it in either a neutral color or you might be able to get it in a trendy color. I chose this one because it is, I guess you could say, an essential or a classic in my wardrobe. It's black, it's beautiful, and it is a top handle, okay? And then the last bag that I want to bring to your attention is we are getting ready to go into the warmer months. What is synonymous with spring and summer? A raffia or a raffia or a straw bag. Yes, it is a top handle, and yes, it is the exact same bag that I just showed you, but I am obsessed with these bags. I currently have one on the way. I think it's either red or pink. But anyway, it is going to be some type of straw, some type of raffia. We are going into warmer months, and we all know that straw, or I guess you could say straw or raffia bags, are synonymous with spring and summer. So just something that, you know, when you'll be able to switch out, like let's say you have a black bag, or let's say you have a cognac bag, or let's say you have a very heavy leather bag. You can actually wear that same outfit, and then to kind of just bring it into spring and into summer, you can actually just switch the bag out and it will give your look a fresh take. And lastly, let's talk about jewelry. So when we're talking about classic essentials, and we're talking about spring essentials, we just want to make sure that we keep the jewelry very simple. You guys know that I'm a statement girl, but again, just to keep this very streamlined, we want to make sure that our pieces are classic. So the first thing is going to be a pearl. Pearls are classic. You are gifted, well, I can't speak about everybody, but in the South, when you become a woman, you are gifted a pair of pearls. These are from Majuri. The pearls that were gifted to me are still at my mother's house, but I chose these because they are just simple and classic. And then the second thing I would say to you is just get a classic pair of studs. Right now, silver is really in, so to keep on trend, but to stay classic, you can just get a very simple stud. Something like this, and I will get closer so you can see, but you have the pearl on top and then you have the gold ball on the bottom. This is always going to be classic. Gold and pearl together will always be classic. Right now, what is really on trend is silver, so literally all you would do is just look for this same piece of jewelry, but at the bottom it would be silver. Okay, let's talk about necklaces. Again, we want to keep it very classic, very streamlined, very simple, very elegant, right? So it is going to be these two right here. I will link this down below. I believe this is Ami. It is black owned. So the top one is the Jamaican Aki coin, and then the bottom one I believe is the Queen of Sheba. And she does do these made to order, and I will link them down below because she has Nigeria, she has Niger. Like I said, this is Jamaica, this is the Queen of Sheba, but just really simple jewelry. So you guys see that I have gold, and as you heard me say a couple of minutes ago, silver is very in right now, so she does also do them in silver. Okay, so now that we have gone through all of these spring essentials, let's take all of these spring essentials and make outfits. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so let's start with the shirt dress. So that is the essential. It is the shirt dress. Then you have the top handle or the classic black bag. And then you have the ballet flap. Simple, easy, and chic. And then if you want to dress it up, you can add a pair of heels. So now you have the same essentials. You have the shirt dress, you have the classic black bag, and then you have a classic black pump.